President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday confirmed an earlier exposed by a Sarah reporters that the presidency cabal was plotting a third-term agenda despite its maladministration and repressive 8-year regime. Buhari stated this at a meeting in Makkah with some Nigerians living in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, where he just ended a visit that he would serve his tenure and leave when his time was up. In a subtle confirmation of what the cabal was planning as earlier exposed by Sahara reporters, Buhari said, "I saw by the Holy Quran that I will serve in accordance with the constitution and leave when my time is up. No tazas, as in tenure extension. I don't want anybody to start talking about and campaigning for an unconstitutional extension. I will not accept that." In a statement issued by Cabals, the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Buhari warned anyone canvassing for a tenure extension for him. The statement further said President Buhari also tactically expressed support for efforts to increase the role of technology in the nation's elections, arguing that the introduction of the card reader and electronic register was God's answer to his prayers, having been cheated of his victory in 3 previous elections. After the third so-called defeat, I said, "God day." My opponent laughed at me, but God answered my prayers by bringing in technology. At that point, nobody can steal their votes or buy them. President Buhari, who ended his visit to the kingdom with the Friday prayers at the Grand Mosque in Makkah, said he would continue to abide by the constitution in all its ramifications, and he will at all times supervise and deal with his ministers on the same basis. He gave assurance at the meeting that in the balance of 18 months or so of my time left, whatever I can do to improve the life of Nigerians, I will do it for the country. The president commended Nigerians in Saudi Arabia for representing the country well and projecting its good image. He also asked citizens to be fair to his administration at all times, asking critics to compare the security situations in the northeast and south in 2015 and the current situation. "My problem in the northwest, where people are killing and stealing from one another, I had to be very hard on them, and I will continue to be very hard until we put them in line and bring back order," he said. Sahara reporters on October 7th revealed that some members of the Aso Rock cabal were pushing a third-term agenda for Buhari and for the amendment of the Nigerian constitution to allow the president to stay beyond 2023. Section 137(1)(b) of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, provides that a person shall not be qualified for election to the office of president if he has been elected to such office at any 2 previous elections. A similar move was made about 14 years for former President Olusegun Obasanjo, which failed. The so-called third-term agenda collapsed on May 16, 2006, when the Nigerian Senate threw out the constitutional amendment bill. Obasanjo left office a year later on May 29, 2007. Sources in the presidency had told Sahara reporters that members of the Aso Rock cabal were in on it, that some of them who had presidential ambitions ahead of the 2023 elections had been told to step down. One of them was the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, who had been eyeing the presidency, as Sahara reporters had earlier reported. The cabal, comprising some members of the president's extended family, friends, and some northern governors and leaders, were described as the powers behind the throne. The recent clamor by northern elites had also been linked to the third-term agenda, with strong northern voices stressing that the region could retain the presidency following Buhari's departure from office. Recently, members of the cabal with interest in presidency were told to step down. Malami is now back as Kebbi State APC All Progressives Congress governorship candidate after initially telling people he could run for president, one of the sources had told Sahara reporters. Also, the recent strong clamor for the presidency to remain in the northern part of the country is as a result of this. Guess who they want to use to push the agenda? It's the same person you know, the APC candidate in the November governorship election in Anambra, Andy Uba. Uba is expected to start the third term campaign when he win as Anambra governor. He did this before for Obasanjo, paying off lawmakers in the failed third term campaign. He's the one being used by the Cabals to do the dirty job again many years after. Buhari to visit Glasgow, Scotland, Paris, France, and Dubai, UAE before the end of 2021 amid strong rumor of third-term agenda, another source had said. This comes 2 years after an APC chieftain, Charles Enya, filed a suit seeking the amendment of the constitution to allow Buhari to get another term in office. Enya, who served as organizing secretary to Buhari during the 2019 general elections, had filed the suit FHC/A1/CS/90/19 before a federal high court in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. He asked Malami, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, as well as the National Assembly, to remove constitutional clauses hindering elected presidents and governors from seeking a third term in office. The APC member sought possible expungement of both sections. According to him, the section 137(1)(b) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, restricting the president to only 2 terms of 4 years each, is inoperative by virtue of its discriminatory nature in relation to the executive and legislative branches of government in Nigeria, and therefore null and void and thus inapplicable. He also sought an order of the court nullifying and setting aside section 137 of 1B and 182 1B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, and directing the first, second defendants to delete and expunge section 137 1B and 182 of 1B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. A few days after Buhari claimed he wasn't going to make the mistake of attempting a third term, he said, I am not going to make the mistake of attempting a third term beside the age I saw by the Holy Book, that I will go by the Constitution, and the Constitution said 2 terms, the president had said during the APC NEC meeting on November 22nd, 2021. You see? When Sarah talked now, they say in the lie, but now he's confessing and saying it. Well, let them try it and see what Nigeria will become.